Education, ably represented here by the Director of Special Duties of the Federal Ministry of Education, to please step forward and give us a pep talk and go ahead to flag the reading campaign 2024 of please.
The Honorable Minister of State for Education, ably represented by Haji Alari, the Director in charge of Education Support Services of Federal Ministry of Education, the National Librarian and Chief Executive Officer of the National Library of Nigeria, my sister, Professor Chinwe Veronica Anunobi, the Directors General and the Chief Executive Officers of Education agencies that are here, representative of TED Fund, representative of NCCE, representative of UBEC, and all the other representatives that are here. Sorry if I did not mention yours. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting this paper to you on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, who is unavoidably absent. He is currently outside Nigeria. And I'm also being directed by the Permanent Secretary to welcome you, to tell you that he is happy that this reading culture is taking place. So he will have been here. He even asked me to expect him that he's likely coming to join us here. So if he had come, I wouldn't have been the person to read this speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure. Everything I'm saying from now is the Honorable Minister of Education who is saying that. It is my distinct pleasure to be here today as we gather to launch the 2024 Annual Leadership Promotion Campaign of the National Library of Nigeria. This campaign, aptly themed Reading Without Boundaries, a Renewed Hope, aligns perfectly with our overarching Education for Renewed Hope, roadmap for the Nigerian education sector 2024 to 2027. As we embark on this journey, we do so with a renewed sense of commitment to build a nation where literacy is not just a goal, but a culture embedded in the everyday lives of our people. The act of reading transcends the pages of a book. It is the gateway to lifelong learning, to acquiring the knowledge and skills that will prepare our citizens to meet the challenges of the modern world. Through reading, we unlock the potentials of our minds and set ourselves on a path to personal development, personal innovation, drive, and national progress. As we flag off this year's Readership Promotion Campaign, our focus is on breaking down boundaries to reading. We recognize that access to reading materials remains a challenge for many Nigerians, particularly those in rural areas and underserved communities. This is why this campaign is so important, because it extends the gift of reading to every Nigerian, irrespective of background, irrespective of age or location. From primary and secondary schools to the hard-to-reach communities, internally displaced persons, camps, and correctional centers, this initiative ensures that no one is left behind. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme, Reading Without Boundaries, calls for a new way of thinking about reading. It challenges us to embrace reading in all its forms, whether through digital platforms, diverse languages, and various genres of literature. In a world where technology has transformed how we access information, it is imperative that we promote reading across all platforms, encouraging both the young and the old to engage with materials that not only enrich their intellect, but also broaden their horizons. The Federal Ministry of Education is fully committed to supporting this initiative. We are working hand in hand with the National Library of Nigeria to ensure that the objectives of this campaign are fully realized. In addition, our Education for Renewed Hope roadmap places a strong emphasis on promoting literacy, fostering a love for reading in schools, and establishing a strong foundation for future generations. In specific terms, the education roadmap articulated clear strategies for addressing library services in Nigeria, which translates to improvement in reading culture of Nigerians. Some of these strategies are as follows. 1, to review the national policy on library and information system. To complete the National Library of Nigerian Headquarters Building Complex in Abuja. To increase budgetary allocation for library development. To recruit and deploy qualified and certified librarians and library officers to manage libraries and resource centers, especially at basic and post-basic education levels. To encourage and promote indigenous library management software. To encourage library endowment by private citizens and corporate bodies, example, former presidents. To establish functional libraries in all schools, and to encourage and engage authors and publishers to comply with the standards and criteria for quality assurance and assessment of educational resources, among other strategies. Through partnership with both public and private sector stakeholders, we will continue to strengthen our efforts to make reading materials more accessible, particularly in local languages and dialects, to preserve our rich cultural heritage. By doing so, we are not only enhancing literacy, but also promoting unity in diversity, as reading can bring people together across linguistic and cultural divides. The short play we witnessed today by Chinua Achebe is one area where Nigeria has actually achieved the culture of cohesion coming together. Chinua Achebe is from a part of the country, but the play is accepted all over the country, and it has become a symbol of Nigerian culture and literacy. It was adjudged one of the best books at a particular year in the country. So if a Nigerian, regardless of where he came from, can do something like that, is one good example of how reading can bring people together, just like football. I want to commend the National Library of Nigeria under the leadership of Professor Chinwe Veronica Anonobi for the tireless work they have done in organizing this campaign. Your dedication to fostering a reading culture in Nigeria is evident, and your efforts will surely leave a lasting impact on our nation. Thank you, Madam, and God bless you. So on the behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, I want to particularly use this opportunity to call on every Nigerian to embrace the power of reading. Let us read not just for examinations or professional purposes, but for personal growth, for entertainment, for knowledge, and for the sheer joy of discovery. So once again, on behalf of the Honorable Minister, I want to use this opportunity to declare this reading culture workshop open, and God bless every one of you.